It's Mechanical Monday. Time to press the gas, go fast, and make it last. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. First off, different perspective. We're gonna try doing like a drive while talking type video. Firstly, I just want to thank all of the new subscribers and thank the OG subscribers that have been here for a minute. I love the fact that we're just gaining traction and we're getting more of a following and I'm reaching more of an audience. But without further ado, let's get to it. Leave the little apartment complex. I would do like a POV drive, but I do not have like a GoPro or anything like that. Also, hopefully you can hear me over the one, road noise, and two, the engine. Because I know boxer engines are a little bit more rowdy. But it should be good. We're just going to do a little round town driving. Hit some shifts. It's good too because you can see my perspective. You can see what we were talking about when I mentioned things like how it's hard to smooth shift, things like that. I've gotten a little bit better, learned some tips and tricks here and there. But let's raise this up. So we're gonna do like a little Q&A type thing with my girlfriend here because I go on and on about my car and nonstop. She doesn't want to be on camera, so we're gonna respect that. But I thought it would be cool just to get her thoughts on the car, see how much she actually knows about that car. Hopefully, we don't get ran off the road, guys. I have terrible road rage. Okay, I'm a nice guy. If anyone actually knows me, knows I'm a nice guy. But you drive like an idiot. I'm fucking screaming out windows and just going off. I'm horrible. And it gets bad. Which is wrong on my end. There's a wide variety of drivers on the road. You've got people who just got their license. You've got people who are just about to lose their license. You've got people like myself who drove on a suspended license. Shh, we don't tell the cops. Things like that. So, first off, babies, you want to just say what you know about the car? Okay, how many cylinders does this car have?
6.
Wrong, 4.
4. I totally knew that. I was testing you.
Yeah, for sure. Is it turbocharged or supercharged?
Turbocharged.
Okay, 1 point. Is it all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive?
All-wheel.
All-wheel drive, another point. Okay. Manual or automatic?
It has a stick.
Yeah, manual.
So
yeah.
I get those confused.
She knows I don't like automatics, especially when before I got this car, I had a 2006 Hyundai Tiburon that was completely rusted out. Terrible. It was thick. Before that, I had a 2014 Ford Focus. I hate Fords. The only Ford that I like is Ford GT. We'll dive into that in later videos and things like that. As a passenger, what would you say the ride experience is?
I think it's gotten better as you've learned how to use the stick and be more in tune with your car. But it's smooth, and then sometimes when the shifts don't work, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, when I mess up.
Yeah.
Or when I've got to downshift really quickly because people are slamming on brakes and doing crazy things that people do.
I like that.
People do be like that sometimes. What's your favorite part about passing cars? Is it knowing that I can get out of any situation? You guys gotta understand that I am. My eyes aren't going to be on the camera, obviously, because I'm driving, so my eyes are going to be on the road. But I'm a very confident driver. I can get out of situations. I know how to observe traffic. You got to read the road. You got to anticipate what people are going to do, things like that. And she knows all the time. If we're driving on one lane road and it's super people are going slow, I'll pass like 1 to 2, 2 to 3 cars at a time, and I look at her and she's just like, fine.
I just close my eyes and hope.
Yeah. I don't do it with the girls in the car too much. I don't get too rowdy. Sometimes you gotta, you know, people are idiots, but no. So this one's just more like a chill, you know. Come drive with me. I know you see a little bit of the scenery in the back corner there. Just want to talk about like future goals with this, future modifications, things like that. So obviously we've got cosmetic mods like front lip spoiler, APR wing, carbon fiber, of course, canards and side skirt extensions. Then we've got, you know, maybe a wrap or something. Like I would want to do something stupid, like a hot pink or something crazy.
That'd be awesome. Jade.
Oh yeah, like guys, I don't know if you can see real well, but I got my tattoos colored in, so we're rocking a full colored sleeve. I love it. But I think jade would be a cool color. It's got like the emerald green. My dragon's got colored in like green too. But then we're gonna go into like engine modifications. I want to get a forged closed deck block. All of the technicalities I don't know, but I do know a little bit of the terminology, and just by talking to other people's Subarus, and I'm on all the forums on Facebook, all the Facebook groups and things like that. Guys, honestly, education is free. Obviously you won't get, let's see if we get the Subaru Wave. Let's roll on the window here.
I'll say that's my favorite thing is the Subaru Wave.
Subaru Wave. Nope, old lady. Not so much. You win some, you lose some.
I like the Subaru Wave.
Subaru Wave is cool because there's a bunch of random ass people that just wave to each other. We don't know one another. We've got no connection. We don't speak outside of the car, like unless you meet them at a car meet or something like that. But we have a cult following until we do a Subaru Wave. It's cool too because like it shows like you have mutual respect for the machine. You know that the other person's as much of a car enthusiast as you are. Things like that. But yeah, so engine modification. I want to push around 450 to 500 wheel horsepower for a daily driver, keep it reliable, but also put you back in your seat when you need it to. Also, these seats, I'm probably gonna get aftermarket seats. I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be a lot of aftermarket parts, which means it's gonna be a hefty bill when everything is done. Recaro is a car. Yeah, that's a car seat brand.
I knew it.
Okay. APR wing, the wing I like, or
my wing?
STI wing.
My STI wing all the way.
The only reason that I don't like the STI wing, and the only reason, is because I don't like the fact that in carbon fiber it looks horrible. If I got like a regular STI white paint matched wing, it wouldn't look bad at all. In fact, that would actually look pretty dope. But that was a little bit of a...
Yeah, that was a thing. Circle.
Give a little boosty noise. A little boosty boys with the boosty noise. Guys, fall season's coming up. Fall pictures with the car. I wish I had like an Instagram or something to plug and get those pictures out. But fall pictures, fall videos, and colder weather means a boost all the time.
Real cold weather start.
Hey, get off your phone and drive.
Some of that road rage right there.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm sorry. If you're driving, drive. The reason I told my 15-year-old daughter, I said, listen, I'll buy your first car as long as it's a stick, because I know, one, she's going to be so uncomfortable in the beginning that she's not going to text and drive, she's not going to eat and drive, she's not going to be distracted, because you have to pay attention. You have to know what gear you're in, otherwise you're going to stall and cause an accident. I'm not saying this because I want to put her in any sort of danger, because I think it'll do the opposite. I think it'll encourage her to be the safest she can be. I'm also going to teach her things like wearing your seatbelt, don't text and drive, do everything that you can to protect yourself, And keep your eyes on the road, do a 360, look in your rear view every now and then, because there's drunk drivers out there, there's people who drive under the influence of drugs, things like that. You can only control your surroundings, you can only control what you do in your car. I can't control Susie, who's behind me fucking doing her makeup, and then she's slams into me because I'm stopped at a red light. Can't do much about that. But I can make sure I'm not slamming into somebody at a red light. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that if there's an accident, it's not at fault. You also look out for pedestrians on the side. I know we've passed 6 people walking, riding scooters and stuff. People go outside still. You know what I mean? It's not all just everyone stays indoors as much as we might want that to be or whatever. Especially me growing up. Me and my buddies used to take the bike path from where he lived all the way to 7-Eleven. And that was a busy road. I think it was Transit maybe, Cheektowaga area. And we would ride bikes, we'd ride scooters, we'd walk, we'd cross traffic. You have to pay attention. But that being said, I understand that people make mistakes and people do things and people make choices that have consequences. Which is why as a father, because obviously I'm a father first, it's nerve-wracking knowing that she's so close to getting her driver's license and things like that. Because I know, boy do I know, that I did a lot of reckless things when I got my driver's license. But it's our job to make them ready. We can't just say, oh, she's not ready and put her through Stevens. Right. If she wants to take Stevens driving school or something like that, fine. I'll be more than willing to put her through that. However, Stevens doesn't teach how to drive stick. Which, if she wants to have her first car bought for her, then she gonna learn, and I'm gonna have to teach her. And I might put a video, out there because I know there is a demand to learn how to drive stick. I know when I first learned, I hopped in the car. It was the Tiburon. I had a friend drive me out to the car. I bought it and learned how to drive on the way home. Didn't know how to drive stick. I knew a little bit. I watched YouTube videos, things like that, but until you're doing it, you don't really know. But I did. I watched a YouTube video, bought it on the way, and learned on the way home. I stalled a couple times. And it was really funny too because I didn't have the car registered because I bought it at 8 o'clock at night, and the guy let me use his drive with his license plate, but he wanted to keep one of them. Why, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason for that. But and so driving through all these small towns, because this was 3 hours away, so I had plenty of time to learn. Driving through these small towns, I pulled in a gas station to get gas. There was a cop there, and I was like, oh boy, hopefully he doesn't get me for a front license plate or no front license plate, or writes me up a ticket for loud exhaust, because that thing had a exhaust leak. There was a rusted out hole where the cats were. Alright, let's get on a little bit. It's 50, we'll go 50. Not too crazy. Shifting lanes, switching lanes, shifting gears. Also, gearing. You have to know when to shift. And it's real simple, okay? It is real simple. The car tells you. If you're riding this car revs out to 6,600 RPMs. Oh, it's got 7,000 RPM red line. If you're riding in first gear and it's going shift in a second. The only thing that it doesn't tell you when to do is to downshift. I heel toe rev match downshift. So what that means is I hit all 3 of my pedals with my 2 feet at the same time. I hit the clutch with my left foot, brake and gas with my right foot. I just pivot the ball and the heel of my car. So you hear that? Car says shift. I shift. You have to be, so these cars are very finicky. You have to be careful because the rev hang on this, meaning the RPMs to fall for you to get a smooth shift, takes a while, especially from first to second. It's horrible. which they have aftermarket tunes to take care of that and things like that. OTS, off-the-shelf tunes to take care of that and everything. But if you let off too soon, it's going to be jerky. If you let off too late, it's going to be jerky. There's a sweet spot. And you really have, like, I'd say a span of 500 RPMs to get it in the sweet spot. It's really not that big of a gap, but it's big enough for if you're new at driving, you'll be fine. Also, if you buy a car with stick, don't be afraid to stall it, okay? These cars can take a beating. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen often, but there are times where I've stalled it. I've killed it. I've killed it in reverse, which I didn't think was possible. We're going to pass this guy. I didn't downshift. It was in 4th gear. Just rode it out. But, guys, this was a little rendition. I know I did a lot more talking than my girlfriend. Things like that. But I just wanted to get a video out there of just a little bit different of a background and to do some driving while we're filming. I would love to get some POV drives for you guys so you can see exactly what I see. That's gonna it's gonna be in the future once I get a GoPro and I get like a laptop to edit and things like that. Once I get a laptop and edit, we'll be able to do more cool transitions, things like that. I'm learning as I go, guys, but I appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I hope you enjoy the content. As always, follow my Twitch. The link will be in the description. I do stream Mondays and Thursdays, 7 to 8. I try to be as consistent as possible. Obviously, life happens and can't always be there, but just be on the lookout for it. If you if you subscribe and turn on notifications, you'll get notified when I upload. But until then, I'll see you on the next one.